Good afternoon, everyone, or morning, or evening, or whatever you are, wherever you are in the world. And let me mute my stream so I don't get myself in my ear twice. So I hope you guys are all doing good. I'm doing good this morning. I am so flippin' excited because ReaperCon is this week. I can't flippin' wait. I'm all set to go. I have all my transportation set. It's just now I gotta pack. I have to figure out which one of all these paints I have that I need to bring. Hi, Gareth! Also, hi, Minnie Mommy. Hi, Shanur. And I would say thank you for following Haas. Although, I do kind of wonder. I keep seeing that name pop up everywhere. And I'm not sure if the numbers at the end are all the same. So, I hope you're a real person. And if you're hanging out, don't be afraid to say hello. Hi, Minnie Mommy. Oh my god. Yo, I'll pack up. Well, here's the thing, Gareth. I would have packed up tomorrow, except for the fact that me and my wonderful hubby and my wonderful best friend and a couple other friends, we're going to go visit Salem, Mass tomorrow, for the pretty much for the whole day. I'm going to be doing mini painting late at night to get my daily done. You know, well, it's funny because I've seen that name pop up on other people's streams, and I always get a little nervous of whether or not it's like the lead in. There's that thing where the worst case scenario is the ones where they're going after people of color and they're rating their streams with all sorts of hate. But I hope that's not the case. It's okay as long as it's just that. If it's one bot, it's fine. But I'm curious now about, because I've seen him pop up. Maybe he's a new person, which would be awesome. Feel free to. That's it. It'd be awesome if he's a new person that just discovered mini painting, and welcome if you are indeed a new person that has discovered mini painting and you're trying to follow all of us. So for today, I am still working on Mr. Rolf Gunnarson. Hubby is happy with him. I do plan on doing some shadowing, and now it seems dim. The light can't make up its mind on how bright it wants to be. It is a bot. I kind of suspected. The thing here's I wonder if it's like a lead-in or something, because I know, I said, because the last digits, usually people always make a tag. I mean, if you have a number and it's like Shanur there, like 67. You're going swimming? I'm kind of jealous. I'd like to go swimming right now, but I got too much to do. So, as I said, I'm going to be working on him. Scroll Keeper! So yeah, I guess the guy that hoss that I keep seeing popping up everywhere is just a bot. And I do wonder, because I know Mr. Wapple got hit by one of those, I think he called it like a follow monster. And I wonder if that was the lead-in. So I have one less follower than I actually appear. Maybe he'll just go away. So how are you guys? I hope everyone's doing well. V! Oh my gosh, hello! People are coming in. Yeah, so if you get a bot by the name of Haas something, it's a bot. And I've seen it. I've seen that one in a bunch of places right now. And everybody thanks, and I'm like, I wonder if they realize it's probably a bot. And I was hoping he'd never find me, but he found me, so... The bots do find me once in a while. Just as right. So since I don't think Scroll Keeper's been, I don't know. It said I have the brain of a 50-year-old with senility in that runs in their family. So you can imagine. But just in case anyone doesn't know, I am link friendly. If you are working on anything or you got anything you want to share, of course I would love Yeah, see, and I think I've seen him on Wobbles. I've seen him on several of the Pyro Club like streamers and stuff too. So I do wonder what's going on there. Yeah, sorry, man. Although I found you guys. That's right, I found you guys last night when you all. I was on Gel Tip. See, I'll get it right once in a while. I was on Gel Tip stream last night because now that I've met him in reality, he's my buddy. I love the guy. So now I want to just I want to hang out on his stream when he's on. And Friday night after my game, I didn't have a game last night, but normally I have a game. After my game, I find I do like to actually go on there. I'm on there late. It was nice, no game last night, so I could jump right in. So, but I said, if I am link friendly, so if you got anything you want to share, hello, Chris. Hi, Chris. Chris from CG Mini Painting. Oh God, who have I got to do? Let's see. Scroll Keeper, you stream, right? So let's do some shout outs. If I can remember how to do it. And you know what? I don't care. Regardless. Alright, so we'll set a Keeper. And of course we have to shout out Chris because CG Mini Painting is awesome. If you don't follow any, go follow. Whoops. Silly thing. There we go. Who else? I want to make sure I get... Oh, V! Of course I gotta get V. Of course. I dig the whole shout-out thing. By the way, anybody can do this. I have shout-outs posted so anybody can do a shout-out. I'm pretty sure I follow you. I'll have to make sure I follow you, Scroll Keeper. I meant to. How about the @ Of course, V. I love V Stream. Oh, come on. This thing. There we go. My thing's being silly. V, by the way, the thing that I really love about V also, not only is V an artist who makes shorts and all sorts of, you make a lot of fun designs, but also you're a piano player. I did not catch it yesterday. I said, unfortunately, when work just gets to be too much, I can't listen to streams. I've got to focus on work. But I really enjoyed it when you had the stream. I think it was a week before when you had your glasses appointment. I'm glad you have your glasses, by the way. It's a mental thing. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. So, but said I'm link friendly, so please share your links if you get anything you want to share. I get inspired by all of you. I hope I inspire all of you with my painting, but you all inspire me too. And what else? I have a couple of things, of course, all going. If I ever get to 50 subs, I'm not holding my breath here, but if I ever get to 50 subs, I'll do a giveaway. If you sub for me for a year, I will paint something for you, either something that you give me to commission or something out of the closet of shame that's right behind me. And the closet of shame has been getting more minis right along, so. But for now that all that business is done, I apparently need to clean my wet palette. I definitely need to clean my wet palette before ReaperCon. In fact, it might be best if I just leave it till the night before or after my stream on Monday and then clean it then. Although I'm starting to run out of room. So I am painting up this Barbarian. This is Rolf Gunnarson. He is our Barbarian character in our Rime of the Frost Maiden game. Okay, I do also have a lurk command, and I even have a little mini I painted up to honor all you lurkers out there. I didn't even think of it, Tom. I just did it as one of my daily paints. But it's a stone lurker, and I'm like, hey, it's an honor. Oh no, I put him on the shelf. I have to go grab him if someone hits the lurk button. Or if I feel like getting up. But yeah, I painted up and realized, hey, wait, lurk, it's a stone lurker. Lurker, hey, how about that? so I'm picking a brush here. So first thing I'm going to do, I said I was going to do highlights and shadows, and that is part of the plan today. But the first thing I think I'm going to do is paint a couple of unpainted things that are still left on this to base coat them, which is weird. I usually go section by section, so I'll paint like all of the cloth, and then I'll do the skin. The skin is done. I think this red cloth is done. But usually, like, I'd paint the, you know, the fur, and then I'd completely finish it, highlight it, shade it. But for some reason, I didn't do it with this one. I'm not really sure why. Probably because I wanted to get my thoughts on what this thing should look like before I got into details. Either way of working is fine. I mean, whatever works for you. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this piece of cloth. I'm not going to do the axe yet because I think I'm going to make it match my Sondiel mini where I did non-metal metallics. So I'm probably going to do the axe head non-metal metallic. Probably not this stream. So I'm going to paint this. And I went to hubby and asked him, what color would this cloth be on his arm? And he's like, and he actually thought like an artist, and he goes, blue, like a really light blue. And I'm like, I kind of like that idea. Because there's a fairly good concentration of orange on this thing. Like, things tend towards orange. And blue is the opposite color of orange on the color wheel. So it'll match really nicely. I'm just so happy to see so many of you wonderful people out there today. Okay, so there's that. Then I also have these two little bags, which I think I'm gonna go with a deep, 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 deep red. Because I wanted to have the bags be kind of a variety pack of colors. So that's why I painted that one light, and I painted those, I think, that match the pants and the belt and the trim. And then these two, I'm going to go something different. So I'm going to go red. But it's not like, you know, bright red. It's going to be a dark red. It's this Ergothoa red from the Pathfinder line of paints from Reaper. Because I love Reaper. I have a bunch of GW paints too. But those are for convenience and for painting army pieces, really. I find I don't mind mixing paints if I'm working on a single guy, but when I'm doing an army, it's best to probably just use the paints out of the pots. Fazerna! Oh, and thank you for the bits! How are you doing today, Fazerna? And I really love the fact you picked that sound effect. That was great. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna highlight these orange, so they do kind of blend in with the shirt, but it's just a base coat. I love it. I freaking love it. I also love the fact that Gareth, he always hits the moist button. The moist sound effect. We're all about the moist here. Just as an FYI. So, that's a carryover from Michael Mortar's stream. We all started tormenting him over there with the word moist. Of course, he leans right into it, and he actually really enjoys... He enjoys throwing it right back at us. So I'm like, well, since I was one of the biggest abusers of the word, I was like, I have to have it for my stream. So I made it an emote. And sound effects. We are the moist channel. Because all paint should be moist. Alright, so that's just like my shadow color. I want to make them definitely so they stand out a bit more. I may need to go a little lighter. So I have, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to just get lazy and not go for my paint box. I think I'm going to just pick something on here that can lighten the orange up a little bit. I like the value of it. I like well, not the value, but I like the color of it. I don't want to change it that much. So I'm just adding a little, yeah, I know, I do not have a camera over my wet palette, which is probably just as well, because you'd all be horrified at what it looks like right now. It's got so much paint on it. And I said I need to clean it, but I have to clean it. I don't want to use another sheet and right before I have to clean it anyways before I take it to ReaperCon. Because I have to disassemble it. It will, this wet palette will leak. So I cannot have it wet. When I gotta lighten this up. Sometimes I have a plan, sometimes I don't have a plan. Problem is, I want to keep it like similar to the, you want to keep it in the right color. Now I can see it though. Alright, so I'm going to go back in. And I'm going to drop a little shadow right there. Because they're pouches, they got a lid. I want people to be able to see the lid. See this lid hanging over. I think I need to lighten. This needs to go all the way over. There we go. So don't forget, Fazerna, if you have anything you want to share, please, please share with the class. I love to see your links out there. All right, so I think that takes care of pretty much all of the other than the axe, and because really he doesn't use an axe, but he always would lead in by throwing an axe. We're gonna go to Reaper's stuff, and I'm gonna take off one of these great axes, and we're gonna attach it to the back of him. So it's like he's going into battle, and he's chucking this axe, and then he'll grab his great sword and beat the snot out of something. Let's see what you got. Okay, let's see what you get, Fazerna. You printed a Broodlord and some Gene Stealers this week. I think I saw them. I did see these. Because I'm on CG Mini Paintings Discord, and you posted it there. But that's okay. I want to share with everybody else, so we can all be inspired. Display pics. That's what I'm looking for. My brain is sometimes slow. What really? First of all, purple. Purple is the greatest color ever. But what I really dig about this is I love the bone. Like this bone look and like all the little bits you did in there. It's so striking. Great contrast, great shadowing. And even on the purple, I love this little subtle little, highlighting and such. And the red, that red with that purple, that is so sweet. That is so good. Let's see. Here's the other things he's talking about. Once again, I said I'm totally digging the fact that you put purple in your color mix. And I said that purple and that red just look so sharp together. Awesome, awesome job. Love it. Of course, you're also the guy with the orcs. The person with the orcs. And I love this guy. And today when I'm done with my stream, I'm a loser. I should really do some likies here. I will totally like all three. I love this guy. I just love this guy. You can all see how bad I am about checking my Instagram. I like Twitter because I feel like it has better reach, but that's probably because I use Twitter more effectively than I use Instagram. Alright, so we want Streamlabs, and we want to shut that off. I love, Perkle. V, I imagine, though, you must like purple. And pinks. And rainbows. I love flipping rainbows. Okay, so what am I doing? So I guess we'll start with some of the other. I'm going to do orange is your favorite? Oh, orange is your favorite. That's interesting. I like orange, but purple is hands down my favorite color. Right, I was going to say, I like most colors. Probably some shades of yellow I'm not particularly a fan of, but yellow goes great with, but I love golds. I love yellow towards the side of orange on the color wheel and not as much towards green. But that's true. I do like, on the rule, I love colors. It's funny, actually, purple's my favorite. And I did my Spirit of the Wild with, I basically made the bark and everything towards a purple shoe, but everything on it is yellows and reds and greens. I'm going for a nest base for my Trigon. Let's see how it turns out. Oh, it's probably gonna, it'll turn out good. I have no doubt. I think I get everything you wanted to post there for Zone. Thankfully Instagram is easy to go find the other pictures. And I knew, because I remember what you posted on Discord, so I knew which ones I was looking for. That was really cool. Also, if you guys are on a Discord and you ever know there's a purple heart on your piece, I've probably dropped by. Some other people will use it, of course. So it may not be me, but I always, if I drop by and happen to be on Discord, I'll drop a purple heart on your work. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your skill level is. I appreciate everybody's work out there. So I am all right. So what I'm gonna do next, so this is a tabletop. This is basically for a game. So I'm actually gonna use some ink. I'm gonna use washes. Oh, let's see. Oh, you did? You finished the axe beak. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and it spins. I'm never going to finish I'm not going to get back to my piece, and that's okay. You guys can spend the entire time flooding my stream with links. I will totally appreciate that. Oh my god, I flippin' love it. I think my favorite part of this whole thing is the fact that you painted it as a Boston Terrier, which is, of course, Chris and Jen from CG Mini Paintings. That's their dog. I love the fact it's Louis or Lewis. Lewis. It's the S, right? I am so bad with names. Just ask Gel Tip. I'm so bad at names. He actually made me a shout out, my own personal shout out link that it's you have to type in !Gel Tab, because that's what I would call him. I love it. I flippin' love it. And also your colors work so nicely together. That's beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad I got to see it done. I'm so excited. Yeah, no painting, only instructions. This is what you guys do to poor Kathy Wobble. I mean, when she tries to read, it's all flippin' Lewis. I love Lewis, by the way. He's my favorite. I love dogs. I would love to have a dog. The only problem is that hubby and I are out every day. It just, where we work every day, we're both away from the house. It just doesn't seem to be very fair to a dog. So, I remember when I was a kid, my brother and I would take care of one of our neighbors and friends, their dog when they went away on trips. And if they ever went on a long trip, that poor dog, I mean, we once took it home with us because she was so sad. And we could tell. And it's like, I don't want to ever do that to a dog. So we might get one when I retire. And no, don't ask about cats. Okay, I want a cat. I would love a cat. My husband is allergic to cat. He won't suck it up. Of course, he's tried to hang out with cats to get, adjusted to them, but it doesn't work in his case. And he went to his doctor. Talk about rude. So he went to his doctor and he basically asked about, getting the shot. and the doctor said just avoid cats. I'm like, are you kidding? He's like, avoid things that might potentially kill you. I'm like, are you kidding? That is just, no, that is not acceptable. Give him the friggin' shot if it actually helps him. I mean, we have to hang out with other people who have cats and dogs at their house. Like my brother, he's got 2 cats. I love dogs. For some reason, I love dogs as well. I had 2 golden retrievers. I know how much time they require. I just stick with my lizard for now. We had rats. Our best friend that moved, he took his 2 rats with him. Cry. I love those girls. They were 4, but unfortunately rats, there's only a problem with rats is they just don't live a real long time. But handy tool tip. Although in fact it'd be better tool tip if I had something to put these in, but for these older versions where these things don't stay down, I stick one of the paint lid things, the paint caps, brush caps, whatever, I don't know what they're called, in there to hold it open. Because they're so annoying. So sad, because this is a tabletop, and even though I may do a non-metal metallic thing on the metally bits, I'm probably going to, just because it goes with the Sandiel. But I'm gonna wash it because I don't want to be doing this one as long as I did Sandiel. That was my own fault because I got that mini with the quilted jacket and all those damn diamonds. I am sad. I don't think Ball Jam is about, so I don't think he's streaming today. So I'll have to figure out someone else to raid when all is said and done. Okay, there's that. Let's see. I want to do. I've got this leather. I like a red. You're gonna paint your Cerberus like my. That would be so cool. Are you gonna do it on stream? I will tune in. If you are painting up your Cerberus like your pupper. That would be awesome. So what'd you get? V, did you get the yeah, Cerberus. Is it the one from Reaper? That came in Bones 5 in the Greek expansion? So as I do like sit at Games Workshop for one thing, or for 2 things, well 3 things. I like their technical paints, I like their contrast paints, and I like their washes. So this is Rickland Flesh Shade, which I think is one of the, I like to use it for leather. I mean, the devil's in the name right there, or devil's in the details. Flesh Shade, and well, let's face it, leather is a flesh. So I'm going to shade it with this. I find that the washes are a fairly good time-saving device. Otherwise, I would have painted this stuff much darker, and then I would just, layer up all the shorts. Gren ordered the Kickstarter, and she sent you stuff from it. Oh, that's so cool. You know what? If you ever make it to Mass to visit, I hope you bring Gren too, and Kathy. She got you a Rocky brush holder? I need to go find mine. I ordered so much stuff from this Kickstarter. It's not even funny. So I'm gonna also shade, because the one thing I found about that leather brown, it sort of blends in with the bronze skin. And I want it to be a little distinctive. The other thing is, when you're working with a small mini, you need to make things distinctive. You need to make them stand out from each other. Otherwise, it won't show. That is much better. That is definitely much better than before. Might come around just to put a little bit of a shade on the skin. I want to stick with the leather. I want to stick with that leather brown color. But I'll tell you what, the Greek expansion was so good. The minis in that are awesome. So I'm doing 2 things today or 3 things today after I leave the stream. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run to the store and get my Kill Team set. Now, normally I would not buy, probably would not buy Kill Team, but they got me with one thing. The fact that Kill Team is pretty much all orc terrain. And if anybody has been paying attention, I friggin' love orcs. That is the army I'm working on is going to be orcs for myself. Is that all of the leathery bits? Oh, no. I got to get the bags. I think, this is just opinion here, I think orcs are more fun to paint just because they are, they're not, I mean, to me, have your army colors going, have your army colors going through the whole thing, but don't paint them uniform. I think orcs are scavengers. As I've said this before on the stream, orcs are scavengers. They come in, they're grown from fungus. So they literally have nothing when they come into this world or this universe or the 40K universe. Exactly. They're individuals with lots of character. I think that's why I love them. I mean, you're painting Necrons or Space Marines. They all need to look the same. I mean, especially like Space Marines, it's all about law and order. You can put some bits to personalize them, sure. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, all the armor looks the same, you know, all the things in it. With orcs, you can make the clothes look different. You can make the armors look different. It's all scavenged pieces that are working because of faith. Somebody said, yeah, you could open up an orc vehicle and there's no engine in it, but yet it goes. Love them. I flippin' love them. Hey, Carlos! Oh my God, it's been a while since you've come across my stream. I know you've been super busy, so I've sort of been... I may not pop in there horribly often, but I do actually pay attention to what goes on in the Goblin Discord. So I'm glad to see you back. I know you're working on your doctorate, right? Which is freaking awesome. And I am painting... Oh, and it said, Carlos, if you have anything to share, I am link friendly, so I know if you had any time to paint minis, but if you're working on doctorate, I highly doubt it. It's so good to see you, though, my friend. All right. What color do I want to... I'm going to just do a boring black. Wait. Yeah, I'm going to... Yeah. You know... There would be an opportunity to put some purples to shade all this purple. I think I'm just going to go back. Your PhD is kicking your butt. I'm so sorry. I'm not, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm not, because I think when all is said and done and you get it done, no one can take that away from you. And that's such a tremendous achievement. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Something that I'm not going to have. I have no desire to go back to school. Right now, I'm just peacefully playing a solo game trying to decompress. Alright, so I'm going to wash this fur. Now I'm going to go back. Basically, I haven't highlighted anything. And the wash will, even the ink washes will stick more in the cracks than if you were to take and make a wash out of pigments. It actually tends to tint the whole thing. Ink washes tend to stick more in the cracks, but they still will, to a degree, tint your original colors. They don't just stick in the cracks. I kind of miss the fact all my inappropriate friends, and I'm one of them, aren't here to make a flippin' snide comment about things in your crack. I love seeing. Oh, thank you so much, Carlos. No, that's just weird. It's weird. I fangirl over people. But it's weird to have anybody fanboy or girl or whatever over me. I'm just me. I said the other day, I'm a nobody in the world of streaming. Maybe a little bit of a somebody in painting, but mostly in New England. But it's weird. It's been an awesome journey, though. I am just so thrilled of how this mini painting journey is happened for me, and I love it. And I think everybody should embark on it too. But it's not for everybody. Mini painting is not everyone's cup of tea, because God knows I've tried to get my husband to do it, and he won't do it. I'm gonna go back over that. So what I'm going to do after the wash is dry, I'm going to go back over with a highlight color on these, on a lot of these areas to bring back the original colors and make them a little lighter. There goes my voice. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like to paint interesting pieces. I do. Then again, you can give a lot of credit to the sculptors of this world because they do such tremendous work. I'm going to go over the boots too. There are a lot of good sculptors doing great work out there. They make pieces I want to paint. That's the one thing. All right, admittedly, a lot of us in this world, we are not real huge fans of Games Workshop. They've definitely, they're not the best company out there. But you cannot deny they make terrific sculpts, especially today. They have upped their, they have definitely upped the quality and the looks of their sculpts. So that's why I'm an absolute sucker for them. Because their sculpts are so gorgeous. I mean, they've had a couple of pieces that I went out literally just bought to paint because I love them. I love the sculpts so much. And I will never use them in the game. So, Grecia's Goldtooth is the one that pops to mind. Although the other one I wanted to do but didn't, I don't think I can find it anymore. There was, I want to call it the Hurricaneum. It was a fantasy piece and it had like planets. It was like a cart and it had all these planets and stuff on it. And I was like, that would be so amazing to paint. What else do I have to highlight? I could wash the pants, but I think I'm going to leave the pants. I'm just going to highlight them. Oops. Always, before you move on to the next step, take a look and make sure you didn't miss anything. And I'm pretty sure I missed right under there. Might add a little bit because there's a definite crease right there. I'm going to add a little black into this crease. Yes, that's it. The Celestial Hurricaneum. My nose has been giving me trouble lately. I think I'm suffering from an allergy attack. Okay. Yes, that thing is so... I don't know if they still sell it. I haven't bought it really. Do they still? Oh, they do still sell it. No, don't show me that. I don't have any money right now. Reaper has eaten my Reaper has eaten my bank account. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's just that, yeah, everyone check that out. In fact, you know what the hell? You put it up. I'm going to look it up. This thing is absolutely, you'll see why I want to paint this. because it is so amazing. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, the thing is so amazing. There's a couple of different builds too you can make with it, but that's the one I think I'd want. It's just, I love that. And if props to anyone who could actually put this together, cut it apart or whatever, put together so the thing spins. I would love to do that, but I don't know if I'm that mechanically inclined. That's what I mean. I mean, GW, not the greatest company, but oh my god, their sculpts are so good. And yeah, the Empire stuff. Oh my god, it's just amazing. I could sit here and just stare at that the rest of the stream and drool because it's so good. But I will never get anything done. Yeah, Mini Mommy, I know, right? Oh, jeez. Oh my god, that thing is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so because I've got a bunch of washed area in this that are now drying, although some of them won't take that long, I'll bet you the leather stuff is already dry. I can see the boots are not. But I think I'm going to start with the pants. I want to highlight the pants with something. Pants are cloth, so the highlights are not going to be super white because unless they're shiny pants. But I don't think I'm going to make a shiny pants barbarian. My husband would probably not appreciate it. The shinier something is, the higher the highlights you want to be, or the lighter the highlights you want to be. So if it's like super shiny, like a sword, you want that to go to white. But if it's something like pants that are, you know, not particularly shiny, unless they're like gold lame pants, you want to keep things a bit more muted, and you don't want as much contrast on it either. So I may just I think I'm just going to go the simpler route, and I'm going to start with my base color, which was Mwangi Brown, which is also, I have the whole entire line of Reaper Pathfinder paints. You know, that's why at times it's good to enter contests, because I entered a bunch of stuff. I wasn't planning on entering a bunch of stuff, but it just kind of got fun to enter it at the ReaperCon last year, which was all online, so it was all photographs of stuff I had. And I had enough stuff picked that I earned enough money to buy the entire Pathfinder paint set. So I have all the Pathfinder paints. And as somebody who is a huge fan of Pathfinder, it made sense. So, alright, let's see. So I'm going to take... Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to take... I took some white, but actually I think I'm going to take this troglodyte tan, which came from one of the fast palettes. And I'm going to mix that in because what I eventually do is I will eventually use troglodyte tan as my highlight. But because I don't want to just go to that as the highlight, I'm going to mix it in. I'm going to do this, mix it in, and layer it up is what I'm doing. You got to be careful though, because I put the white paint down. It's like right on my... I want to actually add a little more brown back into it. It's a little too much of a contrast. This is where value matters. You don't want to go too different from what you don't want to go too much lighter. I believe the ever unbelievable Rhonda Bender, who is one of my painting heroes, absolute painting heroes, said go about 2 points on the value scale. Go about 2 shades lighter. I don't know if this is just 2 shades lighter, but it looks good. It's not too light, and it's a little lighter than the original. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hit the higher spots. I sort of compare layering up to like painting a pyramid. You go smaller and small, like your shadow you paint large, you paint the biggest, you paint it all the darkest color, and then you get smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to the highlight. So I really dig this brush, actually. This was one of the ones I got in the ReaperCon set. And actually, I really dig it. It's got such a nice point to that. My Winsor Newton brushes I have abused, and I think I may have abused them to the point where they aren't holding the chisel points like they were. But I've had them for, I think, a couple of years now. Yeah, it has to be a couple of years. I haven't bought brushes. Yeah, I did not buy brushes last year. I mean, once in a while I visit a game store. Oh no, I actually have bought brushes, but I've not bought like my workhorse brushes in over a year. And I think it's about 2 years. So, I mean, that's not a bad shelf life for a brush if you use it a lot. And if you get the cheapy ones in the store, you know, like the cheapy craft ones, the ones that are synthetics, they're not all that cheap. They're all cheaper than the Winsor Newton ones, but they're not. Some of them are not that cheap either. But they tend to they'll tend to curl. How about this? No, I want a band hammer. Let's see. Wonder how I can. It's it. You know, I realized that. Oh, there we go. Hi, I figured out how to band things. Yeah, yes! So, you know what? This requires... Let's see. Oh my god, what's my damn command? It's ban. It's ban. It's just ban. Just for funsies. There, he's had a band hammer dropped on his head. You bots show up in my stream, I will flip and drop a band hammer on your head just for funsies. So I'm going around here, and there's a little higher spot there. For the record, I love painting fabric. I think it's so much fun. Yeah, at some point, that's the other thing is, in order to unlock emote slots and stuff, I have to have more subscribers. And it's based on your current level of subscribers. I need to have like 25 subscribers to unlock another one. And if I do, or if I ever get access to friggin' follower emotes, which I'm hoping, I'm going to make a band hammer. I'm going to make a band hammer. It's probably going to say Dio on it. It'll be Dio. It'll be the Dio band hammer. I keep calling him Dio like the music group. But that's not, it's Dio. Because it's Diomedes. I told you, I do not do well with tags. Pronouncing people's tags. Okay, so there's the first layer of the pants. So leaving only like the shadowing in the deepest areas. Now I'm going to take that color. I'm going to add a little more. Make a little more of this paint a little bit more lighter, but keeping a little bit of the Mwangi brown in there. And I'm going to go back over and highlight some more stiff. It might be a little light. That's okay. It's a little light. That's fine. The other thing is too, paints do tend to dry darker as they go. So I'm thinking this is going to be okay. I also tend to wipe a bit. It's not dry brushing, but I do tend to wipe a bit of the paint off my brush, so I don't have quite so much on there. I find it makes it a little easier to control and to have it tail off. Vizerna, thank you so much for the sub. So, as I've mentioned, by the way, if you sub for 12 months, they don't have to be consecutive. I don't care. Hi. If you sub for 12 months, I will paint you a mini. Anybody who subs for me for a year, because that's about how much. You want me to release the Kraken? Anybody who wants one of my pieces and wants me to paint something for them, there's a way to go. It just takes you a year, unfortunately. And you can't pre-sub, which is, I wish you could actually like do a year, because I would totally be into that actually. Pick somebody and just pick a sub for a year. Here's the Kraken. He's gonna eat the camera. Here, he can come swim by. He can swim by the camera. So this is my Kraken from Reaper Minis. Yeah, I'm gonna screw up my camera. I do want to keep painting up. Stuff that I can use for like I could put on screen for channel points, or whatever. I said I have a lurker too for lurkers, but it's on right now. It's on the shelf and it's a little out of reach, and I'm not a Force user, so I can't get it to come over here. Okay, back to, see, now when it dried, it is a little lighter, but it's not like obnoxiously light. It's not too light. It still blends in. So, keep that in mind. Most of your stuff will dry darker. Oh, it feels so nice. I actually don't have my AC on. I have my window open because the air outside is so nice feeling right now. Also, Fizerna, I do have emotes and stuff you can use. I said, sadly, I don't have follower emotes. But I do have I have a little badge. Oh, I thought Mini Mommy, actually Mini Mommy at one point did have the badge. I thought it was on. It's me, that's what it is. But I have the little beer mug badge I made. I made stuff and want people to use it. If they unlock it. And of course I have some sound effects and things too. For just subs. As a huge thank you for actually doing that. Alright, and now I'm gonna go, let's see. I think I'm just gonna go with the pure color. But I'm not going to go white. I'm not going to go white to fit your high-lows pants. It's the lightest point because they're pants. They're fabric that's not a shiny fabric. So just try to get the very top portions and the highest parts. Which is like these folds. I said, I love painting cloth. I love painting folds. And this brush, I am really digging this brush. A lot more than I thought I would. See, that's my thing. Actually, I actually want to get to my first payout, and then I want to take like some of that money and I want to put it back in other people's dreams. And my hardest thing is figuring out who, because there's so many worthy people out there that I feel like deserve it. But unfortunately, I'm not a rich person. I know I'm going to ReaperCon, but my bank account has been screaming lately. Although some of the things I do, because that's why I do commissions, you know, is that I find by doing commissions, I can then pay for some of this other stuff. Especially like the, I paid for the mega bundle. I think I paid for the mega bundle out of commission money. But that is the number one best reason to do it. I'm not saying do it, you know, once again, it's not everybody's cup of tea to work for, to basically do commissions where you don't have as much freedom at agency to paint things the way you want it. But I don't mind. I actually don't. I think that comes from the fact of my job, where everything I do at my normal job is very directed too, and I actually don't mind. Alright, so I think that's the pants. Maybe need a little bit more highlight right there. That looks a little strange to me, since technically this comes out too. It's okay. You know what? This is why I do have things on my channel that are free to use. I can't say the one thing that breaks my heart is I cannot get you guys like emotes. I can't do free emotes. I can do ones for bits, but that's not free either. So, I mean, you can unlock an emote for a day if you want. But otherwise, that's why I have free sound effects for no bits. That's why I have, because I am in that same boat. I want to support my people, and I always feel really guilty when people give me subs and I cannot repay it in kind. So, I mean, we're okay. I'm not going to say we're poor. We're not poor, but we aren't rich, and we don't have a huge amount of leeway after the bills get paid. It's a lot better than it used to be, though. I don't know if the pandemic did something, but I think it's because we weren't going anywhere other than work. So yeah, I still pay gas, but we like our gasoline to fill our cars went way down at one point because hubby wasn't, I'm not going to say he wasn't working. He wasn't working, but he was still an employee of the company for a while there. So now I'm going to take, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a glaze just to kind of smooth things out a bit. So yeah, that's why I want to make it known that it doesn't matter if you support me anyway, and that way it can be just a follow and to come and hang out when I paint. That's all I really want from you guys. But I'm willing to reward, because I feel guilty about taking money without giving something in back in return. That's just the way, you know, I was brought up. I feel like if you pay me for something, you should get something. So I figured out, you know, that's why it's like, it's a year. If you do a year, that's about what I charge for a mini, is the amount I would get. Granted, Twitch, everybody knows Twitch gets a cut. So I have to consider that. So that's why it's a year. But I will make a point, and not only that, if you do that too, and you want it, if you don't want me to do it on stream, I won't, but I'll do it on stream so you can watch all the work too being done. Alright, there's his pants. I think I'm happy with his pants. I just love you guys so much. You guys have no idea how much anybody who drops by my stream and chats or whatever, or even is just here listening, especially if you're painting. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Best community, Mini Painters is the best community ever. There's no doubt. I've never met a group of people so supportive of others, and it's a competitive field. So, you know, I find it just amazing of what people are like. I didn't realize too that the mini painting streaming community was such a community. I didn't realize it was is in some ways a weird little family. You know, those are the best kind, by the way. I'm not saying weird is bad. Weird is good, because I am as weird as they come. Alright, what do I want to do next? I guess I could do, we could do the boots. The boots. All right, so to get back to this, I know I had said I love. I find it very interesting that my conversations go so flippin' all over the place when I stream. But I think that's kind of the way it works on Twitch. Especially if people are talking in chat, and then my conversations really go all over the place. So the boots, my wonderful husband, he wants the boots done. So right now they look very black, even though I actually mixed some brown in, but they still only coming out very black. That is not really what I want. What I want is I want them to be a really dark brown. I'm trying to see if I have any dark brown. I don't think I have any dark browns up here. I may have to go hunting for a dark brown. I know where there's a dark brown. Nut brown is a pretty good dark brown. I'll tell you one thing, when I go to ReaperCon, I'm going to be hunting down. I'm going to hunt down like paints that I don't have, like colors that, you know, like mixed, maybe find some paints to fill some holes in what I've got. The one thing I noticed in that Pathfinder paint set that's really missing, there are some, but there's not many browns, which I think is kind of strange, because it's one of the most useful colors out there. So once again, it's sort of a challenge to find a clean spot on my palette right now to actually put some paint down. So I'm going with this, which is a pretty dark brown. There's also like ebony skin, which is not a bad one either, because it's a really, really dark brown. But I'm going to start with this. I want to see how, you know, if I like it. Sometimes I can envision colors. Sometimes I actually have to apply them to see if I like them. All right, we'll use my... And yeah, I know I did wash this with a black wash, which will make it more black, but it was very black to begin with. So once again, I'm just going to go with this deep, dark brown, and I'm going over the highlight, the high spots. So, yeah, so anyways, I can't wait to go to ReaperCon. I'm so excited. I just, you know, I know it's not going to be the best year. I know there's going to be a lot of people who aren't going, who normally would attend. But I'm tired of sitting at home and not going to conventions. It's definitely time. I started on that boot. It's definitely time to go get out in the world again, cautiously. And Reaper's doing, you know, things to try to protect us from catching COVID. So they're actually supplying equipment to the teachers of the classes, so that we don't have to all like gather around and stare at the mini. They're actually going to have like an overhead projector or something. I don't know what the heck it is. I'm not the most technologically advanced person. I'm over 50, you know, so that means my knowledge of technology is gone, right? The tours, they're going to have factory tours, but they're limiting how many people get to go, so you're not going to be with a huge group of people. And I think to a degree, I don't know, I thought that they weren't going to have any spots where people could just drive in, but then I kind of heard maybe they were, but I'm not positive if people had their own cars. I will not have a car, and I feel like I'm spending way too much money on my transportation to get to and from the hotel. But on the flip side, I didn't want to have to deal with finding something when I got in. So I didn't pick a limo though. I was gonna go super shuttle, but I need like a couple of friends who are arriving at the same time to go with me. But I have one friend that might be going, and I haven't heard a peep from him either, whether or not he's gonna bow out or go, because he's nervous about the rates in Texas, and it's a valid concern. I don't blame him in some ways. I'm gonna go anyways because I've looked at my risks and such, and I know I guess part of it too is I've been around people this whole con, so it doesn't really faze me. I know how to basically try to keep it at bay and minimize my risk when I'm with people. That's what happens when you work the whole flipping thing. And although in a way I'm not sorry that I worked. I like to think that we do something pretty important where we actually make stuff for medical devices. So I'm not sorry. Alright, so I'm going to add a lighter brown to this. I'm not going to go... I want to make these boots more soft rather than, once again, rather than a super shiny leather, I'm making these boots softer. I can tell he's got lacing in there too, but that is really hard to see. I think on boots, a lot of it's like the highlights are like the bridge of the foot, if that's what that's called, and the toes. And around the sides is where it tends to go. And the little high points. Alright, I'm actually using a bit of the pants color here because I think it looks pretty good with it. Maybe a little bit on the back of his leg here. Yeah, that might be a little too much. I said I'll keep in mind that it's actually going to dry a little darker. That's pretty good. I think I took it from the wrong part of my paint puddle. I took it from the light side rather than the dark side. So I hope some of you have some other exciting plans for the week even if you're not going to ReaperCon. I hope you guys have an awesome week no matter what. You're AFK? You're gonna lurk? Alright, hang on. I'll be right back. Like, I'm not going far. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I can grab it from here. Alright, where's my earpiece? Make sure I get the right one. These are shaped. I know it's like dinner time on the other side of the world. Look, it's the lurker. It's the lurker I painted in honor of all the lurkers out there. It's a stone lurker. So he is here to represent all you lurkers out there who I adore. Because I'm also a lurker. So a lot of times when I do listen to streams, I lurk because I'm at work. So just ask Chris from CG Mini Painting. I usually do lurk about his. I'm just sad there's no bald GM today. That means no Goblin double feature. So, as I said, I'm going to lighten up the tips of his boots. I think I went too dark there. I went too light on the other one. I'm not happy with that. So I'm gonna, it's too big an area basically of highlight. Your highlights should always be kept small. I mean, if you think about it, take a look around you at pictures and, you know, take a look. I think pictures and other references are invaluable, but look at like the glare on things. You know, I got stuff here I can look at. I've got my microphone there that actually has some good, basically it'd be good for reference for non-metal metallics. It's got some glare on it. And my X-Acto knife. And even this table. This table is not, it's funny, it's not super shiny. It doesn't really give a big glare. You can see that. Photo references are your best friend. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush too here. So I can make the highlight a little smaller. I just feel like the highlight too is a little large. See, you can touch up anything if you put your mind to it. I want to do a couple little highlights on these areas where it bumps out. Alright, and then back to this side. And I'm going to try to highlight just the boot, the toe of the hair, of course. It's again. Baldy, there you are. Are you streaming today? Oh my God. I was like going, no, Baldy, where the hell am I going to go? Are you streaming today, sir? And I'm so glad you're here. And honestly, I get it if you're not, because I know we have... Oh, that's a Gunnarson undercoated. What the heck did I... Oh, shoot. What did I miss for Zerna? I'm so sorry. I missed what the hell you said there. I missed what the context of that is. I'm pretty good. Yes, I'm streaming. Yes! I'm sorry I'm so late, but my mother made it... Oh, no, no, don't be sorry. If it's your mother, forget it. No, no. Mothers trump everything. I'm going to tell you right now, there are going to be Saturdays for sure that I'm going to miss. And you know why? It'll be family obligations. Mostly. Or it'll be something like ReaperCon where I'm away. Or anything. I mean, I do go away on occasion. It'll be conventions. I have other conventions on tap too that are going to happen this year, and I will have no Saturday stream because of it. October, I will have the Anime Con that I staff at called Another Anime Con. I love the name. We've been around for like 14 years or something like that. I don't even know. But, oh. Okay. I'll read that in a sec. But I have that. They'll be in like, I think that's like, it's somewhere around October 20th or 22nd or something like that. It's the weekend around there. I won't be here. Then, and I assume it's first week in November, I'll be going to Carnage Con where I'll do nothing but game, which is so nice. Maybe a little mini painting, but pretty much nothing but gaming. All right, so I'm glad to know I did not miss anything, and the fact that the context was not there Okay, I'm glad I didn't, like, I thought maybe it was something I said, because I'll do that. I'll say something, someone will respond to it, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? So I didn't miss anything. Fazerna just said it because they're working on the beast itself. Since I'm waiting for the green stuff in Milliput to cure on her base. Also, hello, the Ball GM. You know what? It said Baldy. Oh, by the way, Baldy. I don't know if you saw it, but did you see Mathis? What the heck was it? An undead dragon that he painted for you? Oh, Fazerna, thank you so much for clarifying. You know what? It's hard to tell from tags. I'd like to think that Muse's touch is sort of, but honestly, it's not. And it never bothers me if people misgender me because they don't have no idea what my tag is. So I'm always sorry if I misgender you. Always please correct me. And you may have to correct me more than once because I'm also like friggin' going senile. So. And by the way, Fazerna, it is also wonderful to see another lady painter. I love the fact that one of the reasons why I got into the more public side, Fazerna is a unicorn? Oh, that's even better! Fazerna is magical. One of the reasons why I get into the more public aspects and why I decided to do the whole convention thing. And at the time, okay, this was years ago. Other than the fact, too, one of my good friends who runs a con said, hey, you should come and run mini painting table for us. I'm like, but one of the things that was a driving force is I would look in the GW magazines, and I look at the Golden Demon of War Warmers, and they were all men. Every single one were men. I'm like, where the hell are the women? Now, over time, I realize that there are definitely women in mini painting, and there's some phenomenal women in mini painting. But and now my whole viewpoint has changed. That I'm out here basically trying to get whoever wants to mini paint. I don't care what you are. You could be a unicorn, as long as you can hold a brush. I don't care if you're a good bloke and you want to learn mini painting. You are always welcome at my table, and you are always welcome to share your work. And you are part of my family. So. Except my viewpoints have changed now that I realize that they are. But I still, more women involved in this hobby. Just, yeah, I am all for it. But everybody, I want everybody to paint. But as I said, I know that's not happened. Not everybody likes painting. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Alright, so while I got this brown out, I think I'm going to also do a little highlighting on my bags here. Well, if I can figure it out, and the belt. You know, now that I look at this does, I wonder if that's really supposed to be the belt. Like, there's a pouch here. But now I look at this, and I wonder if that's actually the middle of the belt, and there's actually a belt buckle that goes around it. Wee, wee. Yeah, let's see. I've been in the hobby since the 90s, kept almost 20 years of break because of things. But things are so much nicer nowadays, so many awesome women hobbies. I know. It has changed, and it's so friggin' wonderful that it's changed. But I wanted, basically why the whole public thing mattered though is because I'm gonna go in and make this, I could actually put the real color out. I think that was Mwangi Brown. They made the belts, I think. So I wanted to be a face to tell ladies out there that this hobby is just as much a women's thing as it is a men's thing. In fact, you don't even have to like gaming to like painting. They're two different things. They're connected, obviously. I mean, we paint minis to play at our tables. But you don't have to paint them to play at your tables. You can just paint them and display them. I've got many that I'll never use in a game. Some of them are just plain nice to have. in case I do use them in a game, but they're not, I don't have plans for them in an actual game. Although I looked at, it's funny. They hear about so many ladies who go into gaming stores and people, and the boys all just stare at us like we're like an alien or something. But I've never really had that experience. I love it that two of my friends are really interested in starting mini painting as well. Hey, well, I mean, obviously you can show them what to do. If they're interested too, they can always come on here and they can ask me questions too. I love new painters. I love to get people started in the hobby. And that's one of the things about doing the convention events and store events is that it works. Actually going out and doing it in person and encouraging them and such, the in-person thing totally works. Nope. I don't know what it's driving me nuts. I don't know what that is. This thing here, I'm going to make it a belt buckle. I'm going to change it to a belt buckle. Alright, so I'm going to go back to trying to figure out how to highlight the little bags. But it's very true. I mean, I would love to have more. I mean, most of the people I think that come on here and frequent this channel are all mini painters. Because I do suspect that we like to see how other people work. Because mini painters definitely work differently from each other. I've seen techniques that people put out there and I cannot make them work. But I have my own way of doing it and it works okay. So I do try other people's stuff for sure. Just trying to hit the high points of this bag. That's the plan. We thought about a weekend. Oh, that would be amazing. A weekend of hobbying at your friend's house. That is such a good plan. Honestly, do it. Because having you there to show them what to do, I mean, I think it makes a big difference. Rather than, trying to do it over Discord or whatever. That's why in-person painting events are just so much fun. Plus, I do think it's lovely to, because I honestly, I don't have too much of a problem talking and painting at the same time. So I love having people to chat with at painting events. That's why I keep saying I wish I'd started this stream a year ago when the pandemic hit. Because it would have filled a bit of a void that I've had where I haven't had any events. Okay, so those are done. Still gonna go back to this one. It's a little light point right there, and I don't like it. Okay, I think. Let's see, Ball GM. I remember one time I was giving a painting demo in a store. A 12-year-old boy walked in with his father to find a birthday present for him. He went for a big radio-controlled car until he walked by a painting table and asked if he could paint a mini. Of course he could. After that, he put away the radio-controlled car and said to his dad he wanted to paint minis. Oh my God, isn't that the best? When you do that, it's such an incredible feeling. I've had people who have gone to my convention events and gone to the store and have absolutely come back to me a couple of years later and say, yeah, we painted home. We took it up for real. It is the best feeling in the world that you brought somebody new, and I feel like it's almost like a cult. It's almost weird. But you brought somebody into this wonderful community doing such a fantastic activity. Oh my god, he's now the best painter of our gaming club. So he really took it seriously. That's amazing. And seriously, as a teacher and as somebody whose goal to get people in this hobby, and that's a lot of us, that is the best feeling in the world to know you did that. You did that. Thank you so much, Ball GM, because you brought somebody new in. And I think painting is so therapeutic. I think I can't even, like, I said, I keep joking, it's prevented me from killing somebody at my work. I paint on my breaks, and I find it helps me when things are so stressful. And things have been very stressful lately because I've had so much work. But it also doesn't help that, yeah, I've got coworkers that there's just no common sense, you know, and we have procedures in place. We're an ISO company. We have procedures we are supposed to follow. And truth be told, we should be, because they actually prevent mistakes and things from getting bollocksed up. And regularly, this one department that I work with all the time tries to cram everything in at a huge rush. And, like, I'll sit on their desk for days, but then when I get it, I have to flip it around immediately. Whether or not I even have a job ticket to do it on. And I have to actually put it into our computer so they know how much time I worked on it. But, yeah. That's so amazing. So, that's to give one example, that it really reduces stress. I think the other thing is, I've heard, like, there was somebody who had, like, people with, like, ADD I've heard people who have ADD and can't focus on anything, but they can focus on this. To me, this is therapy. I'm not going to say it works for everybody, but you know what? Give it a try. I mean, I know it does actually help. Does it help you, Fazerna? Seriously, and this is a serious question. Can you focus? How long can you focus on a mini? Yeah. It's something about this. I don't know what it is, you know, especially like when, I think a lot of it too, for me, it's when I'm like doing highlighting and things are coming together and I really get I love highlighting, this was it, I love highlighting folds and cloth and thing, because it's something really just about the whole process of me, you know, catching those edges and the thing coming to life. And I think that's what helps, that's what does it for me. But yeah, I remember I think it was a boy. It was a, I want to say he was an older, he was probably like a teenager. And he sat there and he painted for like 2 hours, and he had like severe ADD. I mean, having ADD, it's actually focused on a single thing, but the downside, everything else gets lost. Oh, interesting. So the case I'm thinking of, this guy, his mother told us, like, he didn't, you know, he had trouble focusing on things, but he could focus on this. And I'm like, you should really consider, you know, getting him into this hobby, because I think it'll help him. I'm going to keep playing with this thing because I'm still not thrilled. I'm still not thrilled with this bag. I'm going to take, and let's see if I can make a glaze out of that red. I want to keep, that's the thing, I want to keep it light. Also, at times, I really do enjoy problem solving, and sometimes that this hobby can require some problem solving skills. That's also why I like to play D&D so much. I love problem solving. And the more years I play, the tougher the problems I like. So, what do you got? Let's see. It really depends on the subject. I can focus some things and some. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously it's fair. It's you. I can't determine I cannot determine how you react. This is you, and it's all you, and it's right. When I was little, my bookshelves and table were always in top condition. The whole of the room was a mess. That's great! Do you know how many people would appreciate the fact that your books were in their proper place and everything else was a disaster? It meant you really cared about your books. That's so cool. I love it. Oh God, for me, I was definitely not the neatest person in the world. It's amazing because this desk, right now, this desk is neat. And I'm not the neatest person in the world. You should see my work desk. A lot of times it's a friggin' mess. I'm gonna add a little bit of liner on these things, just to give it some pop. I was like, again, that keeps thinking about that. That's awesome that the books were in place. It's so cool. In fact, I think I'm going to do one other thing. So I got all this stitching on this leather. I want to go darker. Maybe I'll just go with that nut brown color. Yeah, that's my ADD. When I was younger, the hardest part was human interaction, since I get lost in my thoughts while somebody's talking to me. I can see that. But with age, I've gotten better at controlling it. So, I've never been diagnosed with anything, and I really am perfectly happy not being diagnosed with it, because I don't feel I need treatment or anything like that. I've got everything. Socially, I do pretty good. But I have the issue of my ears are too sensitive, so sometimes I have trouble. When I was little, when I was a kid, and even into probably my 20s, I had a hard time filtering out sound. So someone would be talking to me, but if the refrigerator was going, something stupid like that too, I actually would lose track of what they were saying because my ears would go to the flippin' fridge sound. And I do not like loud bangs of any sort. I don't like fireworks. It depends. If they're more concussive, they're not so bad. But if they're very sharp and sudden, forget it. So I've often wondered if I technically fall under the spectrum, but as I said, I've never been diagnosed and don't really plan on it. I just live with it, and I do okay. That was real fun so basically at my work they've been doing some remodeling. And the one thing, speaking of sudden sounds and loud bangs, I don't like nail guns. And they were using them right outside my door. So I put my headphones on and listen to somebody stream or listen to music to help. Fortunately, I think we've gotten past the point. So. And it's the same thing with age. I've gotten better at controlling it. And yeah, I mean, with age, my ears have desensitized a bit. So they're not so bad. But still. Some noises still bother me. And keep in mind, it's funny, I tried never to let it get me. I used to run track and field, and I used to be in a marching band, or band. It wasn't really a marching band. and a chord, and I play the piccolo, so there's nothing in the band that's higher, more high-pitched and obnoxious than that. But fortunately, when you've got a bunch of other instruments playing, it sort of diffuses the sound a bit too, so. I'm just going over and highlighting the stitching here. Needs a little bit more. I like that. A little bit of contrast, a little better. Oh yeah, I was saying what I was doing the rest of my day today. So I am, let's see, when I get done with this, I'm going to the store and picking up Kill Team because it's full of all sorts of orc goodness. Normally I wouldn't buy Kill Team, but all that orc terrain, can't turn that down. And then after that, I'm going to come here and I'm going to go through, I'm going to probably inventory a lot of my minis and combine my Bones 5 in with all the others and put it by category. And then figure out what I'm going to bring to ReaperCon to actually do, because I want to keep up on the mini of the day thing that I do. And then tonight I'm actually playing on a Twitch game for Murder Hobo Inc. It's a one-shot, and it's going to be a 2-hour dungeon delve. And let's put it this way, somebody already responded. So basically he makes nameplates with our character names and our names and contact them that scroll below. I don't know if it's hover below. You think I know. I friggin', I'm on the stream all the time. I don't remember. It's on there somewhere. And so he said, I need the info for the nameplates. And the guy so one of the guys responded and said, oh, do you mean paper plates? I'm like, yeah, and it's a new player. So they're going to fit right in with our brand of insanity. So I'm doing a little highlighting on this trim. Once again, I'm very light-handed. So my day is basically between now and leaving. Today, I mentioned what I'm doing the rest of today. Tomorrow we're going to Salem, Mass to tour around. And who knows when I'm going to pack here, folks. That leaves Monday and Tuesday for me to pack. And Monday I'm streaming, so I'm not canceling my Monday stream. Monday I will be streaming. Yeah, Tuesday I will be packing. It'll have to just be Tuesday. And then Wednesday I'm hopping on a plane at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm grumbling at that because originally when I booked the flight it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then they made it earlier and I'm like, oh, come on! Hi, Shanur, welcome back. So now my stitching's a little bit different. Oh, I just realized what I should have done. I should have made it reddish tone because maybe I'll do that. I have a right to change my mind, right? I want here with just a bit of reddish tone because I think that'll actually be really nice. Dinner's nearly ready. What are you having for dinner, Shanur? What delicious thing are you eating tonight? Let's see if I can get a little bit of this red color in there. It's a nice thing about wet palette. I can go back over some things and grab some colors I used before. I haven't decided what Monday stream's going to be either. Monday stream may be actually ReaperCon prep, where I'm going to finish chop suey sweet and sour. Ooh, yummy. That sounds good. So Monday I may actually, I've got two things I'm basically working on to finish up for ReaperCon. One is the mouseling that's on the picture here. Share, I know, right? Yeah, but Mini Mommy, we're on the wrong side of the pond to do that. I was like, invite us over for dinner. I have to go back in there. I want Shanur to come over here and Mini Mommy to come down from Canada. And we all can get together. Actually, no. And Chris and Jen. Chris and Jen have to come from Canada too. Actually, my thing is, if anyone ever, any one of my painting friends here, and you're all my painting friends, any one of you ever comes to the Boston area, where is... Sorry, I'm looking for my leather brown. I have no idea where it is. It should be in my box here. Where's my leather brown? QQ. Nope, that's Brown Shadow. Where is leather brown? I think it's in here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Crap. Well, the bronze color's pretty close to leather brown. I'm going to use it. What I was saying is, if anyone ever visits the Boston area and paints minis or whatever, I'm more than happy to get together, and B, I'm more than happy to go to a store and to go to my local store and, in fact, set up a mini painting party for you in your honor, so we can get together and paint minis while you're in town. Where did I just put that? There it is. I'm going to try to, basically all I'm doing is lightening up in between those, that's this, these couple of strings. I'm totally serious about that. I have a store that I do my monthly paint at, and basically they've said to me that if I ever want to utilize it, I'm more than welcome to. I mean, as long as they have events, obviously they're running there, so, you know, it's within limits. But a lot of the events don't take up all the tables. And if there's just a few of us, we can go in there and have a mini painting party. I think it'd be amazing. I mean, said because some of the Pyro Club because actually I get some of the Pyro Club because there's a number of Pyro Club members that actually live in Massachusetts. I never realized Massachusetts in America was such a hotbed of streamers, painting streamers, till I started streaming. And then it's like they all came out of the wood. We're all out of the woodwork now. It's like, huh. So I'm hoping someday that everybody, that all the at least the Massachusetts guys within easy reach of the place, I'm hoping for someday that everybody makes it. Oh, this paint is like, come on. You're wet underneath. You still work. I do like this. I may have to touch up in there a little bit. I do kind of like the red. It's lacing. It should be whatever color I want to make it. Ah, that's too much paint. But yeah, that is a total 100% serious offer. If we can make it work. Schedules are schedules. My schedule is tough these days. Because I'm playing so many flipping games. But honestly, some of those games I have no objection to taking a week off. Maybe my friends will, but I don't have any objections to taking a week off to hang out and paint with somebody who's visiting from overseas. So I'm just going to go back. For Zona, I visited USA twice, but both times went to Florida. Hey, that's valid. Florida, for as crazy as things can be there, just like a Florida man. That's a meme. Now I'm going to go back and highlight them. Oh, Chanur! Oh, 2 months! So, Chanur, 2 months, 10 more to go, and I'll paint you a mini. I don't care where you are in the world, I'll ship it there. Even if shipping is a friggin' nightmare. Thank you so much for your sub. And you know what, guys? This is what blows my mind. In fact, any of you would actually sub to my channel would throw money at me for sitting here and chatting with you all and painting some minis. Inspiration. Shit. Sorry, that train of thought just rolled out of town or got derailed or something. It just said, I was gonna say, it amazes me that anybody flipping subs to me just because. But it means a lot. It does mean a lot. But oh, I know what I was gonna say. So I'm excited because my first payout is, I was only like $12 away from my first payout. So I don't care. You know what? I don't care if it was gifted. I don't care because it still counts. The point is that after you're subbing, it's literally like the cost. It's what I charge for a commission. So why not make it a commission? I mean, I think that's fair, right? If Twitch didn't take a frickin' half of it, it'd be 6 months. And it's the best part is any commission, anything, if you, unless you don't want it. If you don't want me to paint it on stream, that's fine. But if you want me to paint it on stream, I absolutely will do it. See, then you can watch and see, what I'm doing to your mini. You can say, hey, why are you picking that terrible color? One of the things I'm doing too is I go through like my Reaper Bones 5 order. I do plan on sorting some things out. Some of those minis I've painted before. So they're definitely going to go into the giveaway. Any ones I've painted before are going to go into a box I've marked for giveaways. They're not going to be little tiny things either like rats or terrain bits. Unless you really want it, you can always tell me what you might want. They're going to be people. I'm trying to lighten that little. My Optivisors definitely, like these glasses work pretty good. But my Optivisors work a little better in terms of me being able to see stuff. But I don't want to wear Optivisors on stream. I don't like it. Oh, there's the paint pile that's that color. I'm basically touching up around that one particular string, because I feel like it's not real. I feel like it's a little out of control. But I do appreciate, believe me, I so appreciate. And so one of the things I want to do is I want to actually give back some of what I make on here to other streamers. So I think a lot of painters do that. We earn money from streams and then we kick it right back to someone else. So the money just kind of floats around Twitch. What was I was working from this paint pot here, this paint thing which had the highlight color. That's what I was doing. Need a little more. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 2:21. Where's the bald GM? I wonder if he realizes what time it is. By the way, if you guys have not followed Geltip, he is, I got to meet him in reality. He is such a great guy. He was so much fun, and actually there was a kid in there that he took aside and he was actually teaching him how to layer. No, how to wet blend. That's what it was. It's like, yeah, I can tell you're a teacher. And last night he was doing some killer basing. He basically, there were these bases that he was made him look like that it was sand and such that was under the water. It was so cool looking. So yeah, I highly recommend him. Maybe I'll hit the shout out button when I put my hands down. I can't believe it's almost 2:30. It's almost time for me to go and pick up my kill team. Because you know, I don't have enough minis. That's the other thing. I don't have enough minis to paint, right? All right. So now I've got some reddish lacing. I don't know if it totally ties into that, but good enough. I like it. It's interesting. Now I'm going to go back. Yeah, I wanted to lighten up because it was like hiding the lacing, but I think... I'm using, it said, this thing's got a great chiseled shape, but sometimes it doesn't pick up the paint real well. I don't think that's going to be what I want. That's not going to be what I want. Hey Baldy, you ready to run? Are you ready for your own stream? I'm like blown away that I can't lurk too long because that I'm going to the store, but what I may do, maybe I'll leave it on and I'll leave the stream on and literally be a lurker. And I'll go to the store and I'll come back and I'll get back on when I return from the store. But I do also plan on, I have to do inventory stuff, so. Yes, yes. So I think Mr. Barbarian is coming out pretty good. Hubby is definitely happy with him. I think I'm gonna do one more thing before I go, and that is I figure out what color I started with. It was this one. That's what color I started with. I'm gonna end where I started on his sleeve here. So, as I said, so my schedule this week obviously is very short because I don't think I'm going to stream from ReaperCon. However, I will try to post pictures and stuff on my Twitter about the shenanigans that are going on down there. I'm getting together with, there's going to be 2 of the Goblin Army. There's going to be, I know, at least 1 member of the Pyro Club, probably more than that, going to show up there. And I can't wait to see them all. I know Big Jim Slate Gaming is going to be at ReaperCon, so we are going to have to figure out what kind of shenanigans we can do. There was talk of making our own like Fort Wapelius, because the Wapples sadly are not going to be there. Even though I said I totally respect their reasons why, but it's still sad they're not going to be there. We may set up a table or something. I'm hoping to help him. He's got ideas. So I think it's coming out good, and I think my hubby will really like them. I'm gonna probably, what have I got left? I'm gonna add, once I'm done painting them, I want to highlight all the fur here, which shouldn't be that hard to do. I've got the boots, and I've got the pants done. His shirt's done. I did a little bit of trim. I've got to do the belt. I'm making this thing now a belt buckle, because I feel like it needs a belt buckle, even if that wasn't what it was supposed to be. I said I want non-metal metallic this, and I want to add one of these great swords to his back, because that's his primary weapon. But I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with it. Monday stream, I am not sure what I'm doing yet. I said we'll see how much progress I make on my minis that I'm bringing to ReaperCon. Showed one of them is this cute little mouseling, which it was done more or less, but I decided that I didn't like the fact that this was raised up. It's just not professional. So I basically have made her an additional skirt that I need to paint. I'm still figuring out what color I want to do there. So I need to do that. And then of course, and I'm really happy with this. And oh, I posted this on Twitter too. This was blessed by a ladybug last night. I've got a couple who are floating around my room, and one of them came and landed on it. So this is the Spirit of the Forest. I've got a lot more of the basing done. I did a lot more smoothing out of things here and bumped up some of these highlights. Basically, I'm going to take... Oh, let me get it on screen here. Yeah, he's halfway off screen. There we go. Whoops, too far. And actually, it's probably like this. So I'm going to add this stuff to the base. I'm going to cover to agree some of these wooden, these logs and stuff. It's supposed to look like an old growth forest. And one of my favorite things I'm so proud of, I'm really proud of it, is this right here. I added the fairy to the base that I painted at Paint Club last week. Make sure I'm on there. There we go. And I'm really happy with the way that integrated into this log here. So I'm friggin' thrilled. Thank you so much for the bits, Bald GM. Bald. I call you Baldy now because I love that name. I also painted and added these mushrooms that a friend of mine gave me. I'm much happier. So much happier with this color. Originally I did them like really pale pink and purple, but they looked more like ice cream and they didn't match the rest of the piece that well. So I went back in and I started with a brown and I did some wet blending all the way down to orange. I left this kind of purple. I really actually liked the purple with the orange. And then I lightened up the stalks. But I am thrilled with the way. So I could be finishing this. I may not. I may actually get it done because it's basically just adding this stuff to the base. I also added moss in there too, which is the same stuff that's on there. And I painted it. It's actually like white. But I want it to look painted. I don't want it to be Uncanny Valley here. So that, I may be doing that, or I may keep working on the Barbarian depending on how much get done, but I'm not really thinking I'm going to get too much done. Especially since I have to paint a mini for today and a mini for tomorrow, and I'm out all day tomorrow. I do want to stay on track. So that may be Monday's stream. We'll see. But Rolf is coming along good. I'm happy with it. I need to thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it every time, even if you're lurking. Even if you're lurking. Even if you're a lurker, like this guy. I always appreciate it. Oh my god, let's see. Shanur and Fazerna. Oh god. I'm so terrible at text. Fazerna, thank you both for subscribing. It just blows my mind that anybody does. And I'm, once again, so appreciative of that too. The bits, thanks for the bits, Ball GM. I am almost to my first payout, and it's because of you guys. You guys make the stream what it is. I'm just here painting minis and chit-chatting. You guys are what make it special, and you make it so wonderful for me. So, let's see. If Baldy is on, please, if you haven't followed the Ball GM, please follow him. I don't know if he's past his 50 yet to become an affiliate, but we really want to get him to be an affiliate. So if you haven't followed him, follows are free. So let's go. Yeah, I know. I did see it actually did pop up without me having to refresh for a change. So thank you again. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you, Fazerna, for gifting that to Minnie Mommy. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so let's go to the Ball GM. The bald. I cannot do this. I'm not even sure I'm doing it right here. Alright, let's see if this works. Yes! Okay, here we go. I hope I see you Monday night, and have a great rest of the day. And enjoy the Ball GM. 5 seconds. Alright, let's go! Oh, neat. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, I have got to go work. I will be back, but I need to put... Ah.